Listen to the rain out here. Harsh! Holy fuck, this is coming down like a raining horses and cows out there. Nah. Hey! It's time for you to wake up! Why are you still sleeping? Good morning! Hey! It's time for you to wake up! Why are you still sleeping? Good morning! Have you ever heard of therapy? Well, me neither, but now we're both about to, and I'm going to tell you exactly, in detail, what it is. Just as I was telling him, he's sitting over there eating a cup of yogurt. His name's Bryce. So therapy is when people, they sit in a room together and they force out a laugh, okay? And they do it without regard, without shame, without inhibition of thinking about anything whatsoever. And they just force out a laugh as hard as they can. Even if nothing is funny whatsoever, there's not one shred of humor in the room, they just force out a laugh. And, you know, it releases those feel-good chemicals and molecules that our brain releases, and it combats depression. I encourage you all, like, if you're sitting in an office and everything is just like totally grim, you know what I mean? And you just need an upbeat, something to push and motivate and move the feel-good molecules in your blood, right? Gather all of your co-workers together. Go sit in a room, even at lunchtime, behind the boss's back, or involve the boss, or whatever it takes. And just sit in a circle and all force out a laugh. Go around in a circle, everybody force a laugh out, one at a time. And then as a group, everybody just force a laugh. Trust me, it'll roll, man. It'll roll. All is feel good. You guys are going to be like totally anti-depressed. It's going to pick up your glum Mondays, those grim, boring, Garfield hating ass Mondays, you know, when you just want to like rip your own underwear off and stick it over someone's head and like try and suffocate them or make them whatever it is, you know. Don't do that. I'm not suggesting, but I'm suggesting try the therapy. Just wow. You know our kids these days, huh?
I gotta stand on my way to the bus with my shoes.
Oh, right on. I was just explaining to him, you know, the luxury that he has of the Xboxes and the PS4 and the internet. Man, I grew up on Coleco. Coleco. You know what I'm saying? It was like a miracle of Earth back then. A marvel of wondrous technology. I used to play Donkey Kong like for hours and hours and hours. And this guy over here, see him? Hey Bryce, say hello.
Hello.
Say hello, PlayStation.
Hello, kids.
And these guys, they got it pretty good these days. Just marvelous three-dimensional internet. And I'm a Coleco boy. Shout out to all you Coleco popses and momses. Peace. These days you gotta be down, man. You know, when you're trying to do 25 things at the same time in this modern contemporary day society, and people are telling you, yo, slow down and eat your breakfast, man. You gotta chew your food, clear your plate, man. Eat your lunch, chill, have supper, spend time with your family. And they're like, Paul, man, you're trying to do too much at the same time. Just chill, settle, relax, one thing at a time, one day at a time. It's true, but you know what I mean? Once you go sober and everything, all this energy comes clean, and you gotta find a flow to channel it through. So that's why I'm so busy all the time, just continuously on doing what I'm doing. Even if it's these clips, I know these are a pretty big thing, man. I don't take them lightly. But yeah, just channel your energy, stay positive, man. They can't complain. People can't tell you you're doing too much when you're productive, man. As long as you ain't a complete workaholic. Look at the price of food. Look at the world conditions and the current state of the climate and everything that we're challenged with these days, man. How are we supposed to make change? We got to find a way to sustain ourselves. So whatever it is you're doing, man, push, push, push. This is a motivational speech on behalf of yours, Paul Christopher Ernest Windsor, up in this. Y'all better believe it, man. Keep it real. Go hard in your prime. Go hard on the boulevard. Don't let them get mad at you on the avenue. Follow your feet and heartbeat to the street. Yeah, you gotta stay complete. Know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, because the rent is high, your bills is high, transportation is high, insurance is high, the cops want to steal your money is high, you know, you're getting ticketed and everything because you have your learner's license and you haven't upgraded to an N because you're lazy like me. I'd like to recommend against that because it's expensive. And I know you can't afford that, so follow the rules of the road, man. It's my bad. How does it feel as a puppy? How do you live as a puppy? F that BS. I want to make a sincere and serious apology to my mother. I'm sorry I used to use your Noxzema back in the 80s to wash my face and then leave the lid off and some of it smeared over the bathroom. I'm sorry, okay? And you know that I used to read your Woman's World magazines while on the crapper. It doesn't make me any less gangster, you know, any less of a thug. A thug can use Noxzema and read Ellie or Woman's World or what have you, right? Lots of thugs. They do things that and G'd up, man, you know. I don't even have to explain to you, but I'm sorry for wasting some of your Noxzema, Mom. A chronic alcoholic, I'm struggling and juggling two things at once, doubling the amount of months, running into problems, tons of fronts. My triggers and my guns get bigger like my blunts. Don't you love it being a rapper who's like been unsuccessful for decades because you just have like all these old clips of raps you've written in the past and stuff, and there's one of them, so I just wanted to share with you. I got hundreds, man, like literally all floating upstairs in my brain, just swirling and circulating, man, just like planets around the sun. That's an old one from post-millennium though. Anyways, bye. Do not ever let anybody gank your steez. I got a question for you. Have you ever drank a butt? I have. Yeah, like some idiot at a party flicked his cigarette into my Budweiser and I was just like so thirsty. Tilted the friggin' can back. Swallowed a butt. And the full moon shines and the people they dance. Come on and put up your hands. So I don't know if you remember on my last episode when I was talking about how like you can misinterpret lyrics and you're really stupid for it because you don't understand the slang or the ebonics of whatever the gangster rappers or hip hoppers are talking about. Well, there was that one about Montel Jordan. This one's new, man. I felt like an idiot for this one and I wanted to share this one with you guys. It was about Notorious Big, okay? When Ready to Die came out, that album was just like, obviously, right? It was just so mind-blowingly, phenomenally odd, like amazingly dope. Anyways, I couldn't figure this out. Why would he put 5 carats in his baby girl's ear? That one just like, because I didn't realize that diamonds and gold We measured by carat. And I was trying to think, why would he put carrots in his girl's ear? I don't understand. Anyways, rest in peace, Big. This one time we were out blueberry picking up on the old hill at the village by the graveyard, picking blueberries. Anyways, we stopped and we started picking in this one particular spot where they were really ripe and thick and juicy and just totally sweet, right? These blueberries. Anyways, picked for about 10 minutes. Didn't realize that we were standing on an actual anthill, hey? I was with my sister Caroline, and looked down and our legs were just completely covered in ants. I friggin' freaked out, man. I started screaming like a little girl. And she started freaking out and jumping up and down and stomping the ground. And I had to rip all my clothes off right down to my underwear because I was so scared. And I started running like with just my underwear on. And I looked back and guess what? She was just standing there laughing at me. Just laughing because I was freaking out and swinging my arms everywhere like a little girl. Memories, let me tell you. They're so precious. The power and the beauty and the responsibility of controlling your mentality and being a master over your mind and your wavelengths and all of the energy that is within and contained in the brain is that you can understand that there are boundaries between the internal and the external. So when there are scenarios created through telepathy or otherwise, you can know the difference between what you're thinking and what others might be trying to force you to think. So stay strong, and I wanted to give you a big credit and a big shout out because I see that the meditative quality and power of prayer is what brings us through the storms that some people try to cause in our minds and our spirits. Don't let them. You are the master of your destiny. You are the master of your mind. There's this thing in choices that they say. I went to choices. And what it is don't let them live rent-free in your head. Alright? So I just wanted to give you that power. When people try to fuck with your head, your mind, don't let them. Just leave them futile and weak. You stay purposeful and strong, brothers and sisters. Cheers. I used to be getting real loopy, drinking barley down. A man's best friend like Snoopy to Charlie Brown. Felt like a teenage mutant ninja goopy. With a soupy, gnarly sound. Enough of that freestyling. Back to the dialogue. Let's talk about something here. And let's talk about it righteously. Just want to say, do your thing. This is, I like to incorporate seriousness into my little bit of humor and whatnot. Do your thing. Don't let anybody manipulate your mind. Don't allow anybody to have any power over your thoughts in any kind of way that can trigger your emotions, right? Don't give them that power. Don't let them have that power. Don't let them have the credit for what you do. No matter what it is, it's all on you, right? You got to control and know where credit is due, where the love and the source of inspiration comes from. Don't let anybody enter your mind with anything that could bring toxicity to the pureness, the integrity, and the dignity of what you're doing. No matter what it is, it doesn't matter what it is. Don't let them try to plot others against you or try to put you in a vicious cycle of some kind of envy or jealousy or competition. Don't let it happen. I'm going to tell you, the reason that I'm successful with my designs and with the things that I do in life, and that's how I feel successful, and you got to know it. It's not about bragging, but it's about knowing the power and the responsibility that you withhold, that you control, and that you manifest. And it does not come from an external source. And it definitely does not come as an antithetical product to somebody trying to manipulate through a scheme that they devised your thoughts or your mind or your emotions. Not whatsoever. Not past, not present, and not future. Definitely not right now. So I just want to let you know that people know who these people are that try to scheme and manipulate on you. It's obvious, right? But just don't even give them that power. They don't deserve it, man. They didn't work for it. They don't live in your blood, man. They're not you, right? No matter who you are. I just want to share. If I was holding a feather right now, it would be a feather of this: positivity, strength, fearlessness, control, empowerment, love, compassion, communication, right? Knowledge of self. And I just wanted to give you some uplifting words of courage before I sign out here. I hope you enjoyed this. I think it's like my third or fourth Apple Clips production. And it's just a good way to communicate with people, man, okay? Because I don't see everybody so often, but I love you. Hi, Mom. Shout out to your uncle. Shout out to your granny. Shout out to your cousin. Shout out to your Annie. Shout out to your uncle. Always popping Zanny. Shout out to all of everybody in your family. What up? Fuck, you know, man, I'm thirsty. Sometimes there's some stretches where it's like you need support, you need guidance, and you need help nightly. And it's usually after something salty like some hot wings or something, eh? You just really crave a beer. I swear, it's just like a trigger. Those foods, like the hot wings, they trigger you. They really make you want a beer, you know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with emotional responses or trauma or anything like that. It's just you want some damn beer with your goddamn hot wings and some chips or whatever it is, you know? Oh. Peppy. But that's okay. We manage without. And the reason is this. Because ever since a native was a seed, he remembers beer bottles on the table, empty. And a few people with their faces literally glued to the table like they passed out. No names or anything, because that's unimportant. It's all in the past. But might as well make a humorous thing out of it, right? Because it happened, and now we can look back and laugh because we made it through that storm. But I remember seeing like facial hair stuck to beer on the table because the dude passed out on the table, and when he got up, he peeled his facial hair off, and it was stuck to the beer that was like glue on the table, right? Had it been Molson Canadian. Anyhow, that happened to me too. I got stuck to the floor when I passed out on the floor one time. I woke up, and it was somewhere, I can't remember whose basement it was. But my face, I was like trying to pull, and my face was stuck to the ground because I had like rested my head down in a puddle of beer and fell asleep. Stayed in the same position for a long time. Basically got glued to the, you know, like some fucking mornings when you'd wake up in some house parties or whatever, and it'd feel like you're walking on Mars. Serious to God. It's like you're on planet Mars at a big hangover, an after party. And it was because there was so much beer on the floor spilled and dried up that it was sticky. So it was like, and felt like it was the force of gravity that was stronger. Anyways, to all you sober people, I love you. To all you people that party, I love you, man. I love you just equally, whatever it is, you know, no judgments. Peace.
You know, it don't matter that he's Chinese or Hindu. It doesn't matter that he's Brazilian or Ukrainian. It's just that he got game. Why? Why in the world that when somebody says, damn, that kid's got game, ... for a native, for example, why can't it just be that, damn, that kid's got game? Huh? Answer me. Relative to the concept in which I'm speaking about, it's such an insult when you say for a, you know what I mean? Ain't about where you're from. You've heard it before. It's how you come. It's what you bring to the table of the smorgasbord potluck of whatever sport you're engaged in life. Some people, they break ground. Some motherfuckers pioneer. But you do what you do. And whether you're a continuation of the game or a pioneer, whatever you brought, and if it was nice, and it was dope, and it swooned to the heads of heads, then it was what it was and can be appreciated for what it is and who you are. It doesn't matter that you're Brazilian, that you're Japanese, that you're Chinese, that you're native or indigenous. What matters is the quality of what you did. That shit was dope. We appreciate it. Not just cause, but because we see the fineness of your craft, and you deserve the props and accolades.
Power to the people now, we all just want to see you dance. Power to the people now, everybody get up, hold your hands up high. Nobody want to see you cry. Ain't nobody want to see you cry. Nobody want to see you cry. Ain't nobody want to see you cry, cry, cry. Just hold your hands up high in the sky. Dance like no one's watching. Sing like no one's listening. Represent where you're from till the day you die. Nobody wanna see you cry. Nobody wanna see you cry. Nobody wanna see you cry. No, nobody wanna see you cry. No, nobody wanna see you cry. So smile for me now. Smile.